Now, let's introduce the testing operating steps. Firstly, we prepare two S300 SMUs for the test. The left is SMU1. We use two black height, two crocodile clip collecting wires to connect to it. Red wire connects to first high port, black wire to first low port. The right is SMU2. We use another two wires to connect to it. Then we prepare a PCB board with BJT device. The definition of BCX54 pins can be referred to above. We connect the B port to SMU1 first high using the right wire we just insert, and connect the E port to SMU1 first low using the black wire, and connect C port to SMU2 first high using the right wire we just insert, and the E port to SMU2 first low using the black wire. And then we need to short the two first low for two devices using a wire. And also, we need to use a trigger signal cable to connect the two trigger ports and rear panel of the two SMUs for the test. Finally, we use the two network cables to connect these two SMUs to the computer. By the way, these two network cables and the network cable which connecting to the computer were connected to a small NAND switch for communicating with each other. Now, let's set the IP address of the two SMUs. Notice, the IPs of these two SMUs and computer should be in the same local network. First, let's set the IP address of SMU1 and 5-inch touchscreen. We enter the common set interface and select static IP, and then fill the detailed IP address 21, and also check the mask, gateway, and click Save button. Now, let's set the IP address of SMU2 and 5-inch touchscreen. We enter the common set interface and select static IP, and then fill the detailed IP address 22, and also check the mask gateway, then click Save button. Then we set our computer's IP 101, and now we need to confirm if 101 can communicate to 21 and 22 or not. We click Start button and input CMD to enter the command window. We input IP configure to check our computer's IP first. Here, we can see the wired Internet 6 IP is 101 and the mask gateway both are right. Notice, we also use ping command to see if computer can communicate with 21 and 22. Now, let's open the PSS SMU tool software in our PC and use this tool to test the input and output curve. First, we click this tool. When we open it, we click the Search Device button and see two SMUs on the left corner. The IPs are 21 and 22. And using the non-collection method, and we connect SMU1 device 1 IP 21 first. Click Connect button, and then connect SMU2 device 2 IP 22. Click Connect button. We can see connected status of them. And then we click Application button and choose Transistor function. When this window pops up, select the two SMUs and click OK. Here, we come to the configuration window. We click BJT test. can see base parameter test using device 1, collector parameter set using device 2. This is consistent with the actual circuit connection above. This is very critical and should not be run. As we use the common emitter method, so the input curve is when the certain VCE, the relationship of VBE and IBE. The output curve is when certain IBE, the relationship of VCE and ICE. So first, we test the input curve. We know from the datasheet of BCX54 that the IB limit is 100 microamp and the VCO limit is 45 volt. Therefore, we can set the values of IB and VCE within the allowable range. We clicked the input characteristic curve icon. Device 1 is the current source for the IBE. We can set the start value to 0 microamp, stop value to 2 microamp, and the standpoint 100. And device 2 is the voltage source of VCE. Here, we can set the start value to 1 volt and the stop value to 3 volt and step 1.5. And then click Run button. From the chart window, we can see the fine input curves. It's very similar with the idle curve. It proved precise SMUs are very reliable. And then we test the output curve. We click the parameter icon to enter the parameter setting interface and click output curve icon. Also, we can see the device 1 is the current source of IBE, and we set the start value to 0 microamp, stop value to 2 microamp, and step 0.5, limit is 1 volt. And then device 2 is the voltage source of VCE. Here, we can set the start value to 0 volt and stop value to 1 volt. And points 100. And then click Run button. From the chart window, we can see what the curves are very similar with the idle curve and very smooth. From the test results, it can be seen that 100% source manual units can meet the testing very well. Now, all the tests are completed.